The American way of life being constantly threatened. That's what many voters are saying right now. An alarming new poll out this week. A Monmouth University poll released this week shows, ask Americans, how do they feel about their life? Do they feel that if it's being threatened right now? And get this, a whopping 47% said yes, they feel it's being threatened a great deal. Another 61% in a separate poll say Islamic terrorists currently threaten their lives and livelihood and their family members. In fact, concerns like this have given rise to a voting bloc known as security moms, formerly soccer moms. These moms have now made safety a top priority. Joining me now are some of those moms who share these views. We've got Beth, Nell, Deborah, and Kathy here all to talk about it. Nice to see all of you this morning. So let me put up one of these polls because I want to get your take on it. Do you feel your way of life threatened by a potential Clinton presidency? This was a question asked in this Monmouth poll. 42% said yes, 55% said no. Now, where do you come down on that?
Well, I am the only Democrat on this panel. And
which is why I went to you.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that? I would feel less safe if the commander-in-chief that we chose for this nation was Donald Trump than I would if it was Hillary. First of all, he has no foreign policy experience. The way he acts as a diplomat already is frightening to me, and I don't think that people can trust what comes out of his mouth.
You see this poll, though, and Hillary Clinton with 42% feeling, Deborah, that it's a threat to them. That Hillary Clinton herself is a threat to their way of life. Where do you come down on that?
Yes. Well, it's concerning for me as stated, for the first 100 days of her presidency, if elected, that she would have an open borders and an amnesty for the already illegal immigrants. And then what's questioning in my mind is the vetting process for the Syrians, the nation of Syria, and how are we going to properly vet that population, especially Syria being a hotbed of Islamic extremist terrorism. And it's an ideology that is at war, not only with America, but the world.
Beth, you first, and Kathy, I want to get your take on this idea of the soccer mom transitioning to the security mom. We talked about, gas prices in previous elections and pocketbook issues. Is national security more of a concern to you than those issues?
Absolutely. And I said earlier, I believe in this election particularly, national security is number one in my mind. Going with the Hillary Clinton poll, I absolutely believe that would be a huge mistake, and which is why that I would not be voting for her. I think that Americans have to wake up. In this election, we have a potential 3 to 4 Supreme Court justices that will be elected to the bench. Federal judges, traditionally now, their role is not to protect the Constitution. The role is to legislate, basically, social justices. And if we get 3 to 4 liberal judges, if Clinton is a president, I think that the way of life that we've had from our founders and our constitutional individual liberties will be eroded.
Kathy, I want to get your take on the security issue and whether Hillary Clinton is the one to do it. Former senator, she's been in the White House, she's seen it unfold, she's been through conflicts with her husband, President Clinton, and as Secretary of State, she's watched this. So the argument from the Clinton campaign is that's the person you want answering the phone call at 3 in the morning. You disagree?
I disagree completely because from my perspective, and now more emails have come out to show us that she was actually having some kind of pay for play kind of activity. So when we're talking about what kind of diplomat we want to represent America, do we really want someone that we have who are receiving funds from various organizations and putting that into her pocket or wherever it is? And then not only that, but we have the reset button that did not work. We have the Benghazi scandal. We had the Clinton Foundation
So Nell, to Kathy's point, the trustworthiness, you're the Democrat here on the panel, the trustworthiness problem for Hillary Clinton. How does she overcome that to you?
I think that you go back to experience. You go back to political experience, and she is by far the candidate with the most political experience.
But that experience is all criminal activity is what we're discovering, and so we have to, these things matter.
I would disagree. I don't think
she
that all
may
of
disagree,
her
but she's under, 4 different congressional investigations. These things must matter. Morality matter. John Adams himself said our Constitution only works for moral and religious people who understand the difference between right and wrong. And she's been wrong on so many different occasions.
Well, thank you, all four of you, for joining us this morning and talking about these security issues. We really appreciate it, and thanks for sticking
Thank you.
with us all morning. Beth, Nell, Deborah, Kathy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tucker, Anna, over to you.
Right, great job, guys.